Alrighty, we're go. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Side A, Side B. I'm your host, Ruhan, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Gerg.
How you doing, Ruhan?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. How are
Doing
you?
good, yeah. I'm doing good too. I had like a little bit of a crash out. My AirPods, as you know, were not working.
Yeah.
So today's session will be recorded without headphones on my side.
Yeah, it should be good though. There's no echo, so we
Yeah.
should be good. Technical difficulties, it happens, bro.
hmm
It happens. What
Yeah.
happens? But anything new with you? Anything cool?
Not really. I had a driving lesson today almost. No, actually, no, it went well. I just some fucker almost ran us over with a truck while I was driving.
Oh,
So that was not exciting. And it was on our road too. It wasn't even like on a main road. It was like a neighborhood road. This guy had a full on fucking like semi truck or whatever it was.
oh, in the neighborhood. Damn.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
crazy
Yeah.
people. Crazy,
Yeah. No,
crazy
there
people.
are some crazy people out there. You got to be careful for sure. Watch yourself in the environment. Um, but good luck with that. I hope you pass your test. I really hope you pass your
Yeah.
test so you can
Yeah.
start driving around our friends and not just me, bro. Like, yeah, I need someone help me, bro. Sid has
All
like
right.
retired, bro, so I need some
Yeah,
help with
Sid
this.
Siddharth's dead, bro.
Bro, he's gone, so like I need some help with that. But yeah. With me, I got this. Okay, my dad got a standing desk recently, like a proper standing desk, and it's really cool. I built it. He made me build it, and Amsol helped, which was really nice. Us
Yeah.
both. It was such a process because the parts of that desk were so heavy, like the
Where'd you get it
legs,
from? Where'd you get it from?
IKEA.
IKEA, yeah. I
IKEA, yeah.
figured.
And it was like a really nice desk, but like the parts are so heavy, like the motors and like the giant like metal
hmm
legs. Um, and so that was a huge pain to put together, but it looks super cool and it works really well. And it goes way higher than I expected. It goes up to like nearly my neck height, which is kind of crazy, but
Oh
like
wow.
it goes
Damn.
really high up. And it's
Okay.
like, it goes nice and low too. And we set it up for my dad. And my dad, before that, on his normal desk, he had like this standing desk, like pad raiser thing where it's like a pad you put on your desk, you put your stuff on that, and then you can raise the pad up. So then
hmm
you can stand while working on that pad. So I was like, and recently I've been really wanting to like stand up my desk as well. Because
Yeah.
like I'm just you get tired of sitting down all the time, right?
hmm
So I took the pad and I put it on my desk and I like worked with it. So now I have like a bit of a standing desk setup, and it's been really cool. I've been
Good.
playing like Minecraft on it and stuff. Yeah, I've been using it like I've been playing Minecraft and I've just been doing work like standing up and like
hmm
I've even been like watching stuff like content standing up and it's really nice actually. It's super nice.
Yeah.
I'm sitting down right now, but
I,
maybe I'll
I
record an
might need
episode
that,
standing
bro.
up
Like
too.
I've been having like neck pains also. The way I watch like certain stuff, I
Yeah,
like hunch myself.
yeah.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, there's a there's a picture of me working in English class in like grade 12,
Yeah.
and I'm like completely hunched over and just like typing like a super villain with like those fingers like this,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fingers. Yeah, yeah.
little
Bro,
villain fingers, bro.
so locked in.
Bro, it's
Yeah.
how it be. That's how it be, bro. That's how it be. But yeah, no, like once you switch to a standing desk setup,
Yeah.
it's quite nice. It's a bit
Mm,
tiring on the legs, obviously, but that's what it's for, to be honest. And it's also like a
yeah.
nice passive form exercise, just
hmm
standing around. So
Yeah,
that's
no,
really
that's
cool.
good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, what else furniture do you have
Well,
that's been new?
I mean, I have a pretty cool office desk. I got a little office chair. I mean, office
Mm,
chair a
yeah.
little bit ago. Upgraded from the gaming chair.
Oh, I
I
need one. I need a new one, bro. I like this one's cool,
yeah.
but the problem is that the armrests on the side of the chair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they get in the way of the bottom part of the desk, so it's very
Oh.
hard for my legs or for my like back to completely be straight. Like I have to hunch over. You know
Oh,
what I
I
mean?
see. I
Yeah.
see.
So
I
like
see.
every time I try and like working, I
You
have to
have
go
to
like
lean.
back. Yeah, I have to lean back.
Oh, I see. I see. My chair is really cool because the arms, like, I don't know if you can see
Yeah.
here, but like they fold back like that.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah. So yeah. So now it's like free, and I can like. And what's really cool about it is that when I'm out of my chair, I can move the arms back. I can push my chair under my desk,
yeah.
so it's like almost flush with my desk. So I have more open space behind me,
Yeah,
and it's
my
super cool.
my chair is probably is the same freaking size as the desk. It's like so big. It's an office chair, right? It's not like a
Yeah.
small gaming chair. The one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hated that gaming chair. Like as a kid, like I got the gaming chair back in like 2019. I thought like, oh my God, like actually no, I got it in like 2021 actually, and like I thought it was like super cool and like because everyone
Hmm.
had a gaming chair, right? Everyone cool had like a gaming chair and like that was cool and all, but it sucked for like lumbar
Working.
support. Yeah,
Oh
it
yeah.
sucked for like working and just sitting for like a long time because it didn't have very good like lumbar support and like and because it's like a bucket seat style chair, right?
Yeah.
Like especially like in the like hip area, it was very like it was like tapered, like it tapered at an angle, so it was very quite tight and it never like
Oh.
wasn't super comfortable. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So your rear side was getting squished, is what you were
Yeah,
trying to
bro.
say.
Exactly, bro. I couldn't like fold my legs up or anything like that or like
Oh no, no, no. That's
I
that's bad. Yeah, the old chair I used to have, when I used to like do like late night math studies or whatever, I
hmm
used to like fold my legs up, right?
yeah.
And the chair used to be small enough where I could just like slide in like through the desk.
hmm
So I'd be like that was like the most comfortable position to study in my opinion, bro. It was so
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
folding your legs up on the chair is always like it's
Yeah. And then I could
comfy.
like put my like legs under the desk too while I'm like
Yeah.
folded. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
It was great.
exactly. One thing I do
But
miss about that chair though is like it had like this one doesn't it only goes up to my
mhm.
back. It doesn't have head
Yeah, yeah.
support. It doesn't have head support and my gaming chair had like it went all the way up, had head support and also had a cushion. So like I
Hmm.
could just like lean my head back a bit. And a lot of office chairs nowadays do have head support, but this one like doesn't. And I really miss that. So like if I try to lean back a bit, like I can't actually like rest my head on anything. It just goes
Yeah,
like
I
flying
mean,
back.
you could just lay down on the bed or whatever. I mean, that's like the
Yeah,
next best option.
I know.
Yeah.
But like yeah, so next chair is gonna be like a decent office chair that has head support for sure. Has head support for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
keep upgrading. Yeah, no, makes
exactly.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, anything cool on your desk? There's one thing I want to talk about on my desk that I got, but you go first.
Anything cool? No, man. My desk is a mess right now. I have to clean it up a bit. It's been a mess because I was like studying for something, and so it's just a bunch of papers and shit like lying around here.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, the one thing I do want is a place for these vinyls that I have, right? Like I should get like a shelf or something for them.
mm-hmm.
I think, but the problem is like I don't know where to get it. Like there's a space right beside here, like on this side. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a wall right here.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah,
I'm
on your right.
thinking maybe there. I don't know how good of an idea it'll be to get it back there because like it's just it's an awkward place to get it there because like there's people walk around
Yeah,
like
I
in
mean
that area.
it'll be cool to see like in your background. Like it'll be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
It's
that's
like a
exactly what
background
I was
thing.
thinking, right? Like
But it
that's what I
is
would
a
want there,
little
but
risky because people do walk there. So if someone
mhm.
bumps into it, it might be a
Yeah, I
problem.
mean, I feel like if I could just like tilt it just a little bit this way or whatever, maybe, but I don't
You
know.
can see it in that corner. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. I like the idea of being the back there. I think that'd be really
Hmm.
cool.
Maybe if it's like high enough, like where the clock is, and I could like where the drawings are, like maybe if it's
I
there.
like it. I like it where the drawings are. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah.
perfect. Yeah, because it's
I
like
don't know why. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I put those drawings up there. I just like, yeah, the first freaking drawings I saw tape, and I just randomly taped them
no,
to
they
the
look
wall.
cool. It looks really cool. I like it.
Yeah.
For the listeners, there's two drawings of like his. Well, this guy's an artist, bro. He's a sketchbook artist. He loves drawing. What is it? You tell him. What's on your wall?
Well, the one on the left, okay, I guess your right side, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So the one on your right is the blue suit Mark, from Invincible. I think this was the volume where Conquest showed up, so that was the cover. That was the cover art for that
I
issue.
see.
And the other one, that one is just that one's an original piece. It's just Symbiote Spider-Man versus Green Goblin. And
Okay.
yeah, so
That's
the
tough. No, they're
reason, yeah,
both super cool.
I that actually reminds me, I need to go to Michael's and get like new pens because the ones that I had, the inking pens that I had ran out.
Mm,
Um, but like to be honest, I like bought them like last year or last two like it's been more than a year, so it's
okay.
time to get a refill. Yeah,
Yeah, bro. Get a refresh
yeah.
going. sharpen up your work yet again.
Hmm.
But this is actually a good segue because today's topic that I did want to talk about is all about artistry. And
Okay.
I want to talk about the types of artistry that we're involved in and
Hmm.
like that like we involve ourselves in, like the ones we
Yeah.
choose to follow, the ones we like, the ones
Hmm.
that inspire us. So first I want to talk about so like yeah, you got your drawing. So
Hmm.
you are an artist, my friend. You can draw,
Yeah.
right? I know you have your comic book line, your comic book series,
Hmm.
Misfits, right? And people check it out on Instagram. You probably heard us say it before, but Girk has a you tell him. Matter of fact, you just tell him. You tell him what you're working
Well, yeah, it's kind of like a recent project, but it's basically a comic book line of pretty much my and my friends' experience in high school. There are characters that resemble or are literally like the same people in real life. So like Ruhan. Ruhan is a character in
on.
Misfits.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but yeah, it's like this was like a very kind of a how do I say this? Like a funny idea I had. I wasn't gonna take it like super seriously, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think like the more I keep because I'm writing the story right now, the more I keep writing it, it's like the more serious it's getting,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of artwork right now, but especially now because summer break is up here and like I don't have to be delayed.
Yeah.
I'm definitely probably gonna put out some more artwork for Misfits. But yeah, yeah, Misfits is something I'm looking forward to, for
It's
sure.
bro, it's something we're all looking forward to. Every time you drop like a panel or a couple pages, it's super
Yeah,
cool. It's always super
it's
cool to see
just
what you're working
my
on.
work ethic is kind of getting in the way right now, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's a lot
Uh,
of
that-
stuff.
that's what
I
the
still have to
summer's
do
for.
the invincible drawings of the people too.
Oh, like
The
Invincible style.
Yeah, the Are You Sure? The Are You Sure? The series. I don't know what it's called, but yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, now I realize you're talking about
yeah.
your where you
I
draw
got
over.
delayed. I got delayed a little bit. One, because Clip Studio wouldn't open. Like, bro, yo, Clip Studio. I love Clip Studio, but sometimes it's like the worst, bro. It just doesn't want to open. Doesn't want to comply. Um,
It's funky like that, eh? That's too
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Too bad.
But the other problem I kind of had was like the roadblock is to get pictures of people to draw on because it kind of involves a lot of creativity to like come up with like the different characters to draw on different people, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because the first time I did it, it was just like I saw a meme of some guy like I don't know, it was just some meme of like somebody drew Rexplode on some dude, right? As a
Mm-hmm.
meme. And I was like, okay, well this is cool. Maybe I should do that with my friends. So I just like literally I looked at my camera roll. I've like sent a bunch of pictures to myself on this laptop and I just started drawing. And the more I
Yeah.
drew it, the funnier it got, especially the Huzefa Rexplode one. That
Yeah.
was a it's
Yeah.
so funny, bro.
I know, I know. Whenever you post those drawings, like, cause you post them in like compilations, right? It's always
Yeah, yeah.
so funny to see what you're working on and to see what like which pictures you've chosen specifically,
Mhm.
and then like which characters you decided to
Yeah.
draw, which is
And
super
then they're
cool.
kind of like they're built like Snapchat captions, right?
Yeah, yeah. The
Um
Snapchat captions are funny too as well. They're awesome.
yeah, that's but me and Yusuf actually cook them up because like I'm not that good with them and every time I ask Yusuf I'm like, "Yo, what should I like the one where with Yusuf's brother, right? Like the one where he's reaching out his hand as like
Yeah,
Rexplode.
yeah.
So I didn't know what a caption for that, what to like caption that, and Yusuf was the one that gave me that idea. So
I see.
yeah,
I
shout out to
see.
Yusuf, bro. Shout out to
Yes,
Yusuf.
bro. That guy's the goat.
Um,
That guy's the goat. Um, what did I want to say? I want to talk about
yeah, but what about you though? Like I know I'm more of like an artist in terms of like physical drawing or whatever, but what
yeah.
kind of artistry are you involved in?
Okay, so obviously I'm big on like content creation now, right?
Hmm.
Like I do a lot of stuff for this podcast. I edited it. I run like the media pages and everything for it. And that has been super fun. A lot of work, but it's been really fun. And like learning to work with like, audio recordings and like video
Yeah.
recordings, clipping things up, and like editing like seamlessly has just been like it's been like a big self-teaching moment. But
Hmm.
and like I'm just getting started, right? Hopefully,
Yeah.
like as we progress, I want to like get on to doing bigger and better things with our recordings, and then like if we do video, that'd be another really like interesting
Yeah.
thing to try to edit through. So like yeah, like and I've been watching like a lot of like videos and like a lot of guides on like how to optimize your
Hmm.
recordings, how
Hmm.
to edit like cleanly, and like how to keep people like engaged with your editing. And so like I've really been exploring the artistic side of like making content, making
Hmm.
like content,
Yeah.
video content, running media pages, that sort of stuff. And it's been really cool. It's been really
Yeah.
cool.
I mean,
It's
you bring up an important aspect of this, which is learning, like learning how to make, art or learning how to make it
yeah.
stuff. Because, I'll give like for me, I never really took art seriously until like high school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest. And that's when I had started watching like different artists, different comic book art, because like comic book was like the first thing I like started drawing,
Yeah.
like different comic book artists. And like I would see them and they would do it like perfectly, right? Like 'cause they've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
And then when I would try to replicate it, I was just like, oh, this isn't good enough. And I would throw it away. Like I'd go in the trash or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But it's a process of learning. And really, you have to learn it yourself, right? Like, there's
Yeah,
not like a
exactly.
mentor or anything that you can like, I could teach you. So I think
Yeah.
it's a cool process though, like learning to do it, develop a skill yourself. It's,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
The self-teaching part of it is definitely really important. And like,
Hmm.
we're blessed that like we have the internet and like we have
Hmm.
like
Yeah,
guides
yeah,
and
for
like
sure,
we
for
have
sure.
like we have like references that we can follow. Like for your comic book, like for when you're
Hmm.
drawing,
Yeah,
you refer back to like shows you've watched or
yeah.
like your Invincible, Amazing Spider-Man.
Different content you've consumed. Yeah,
Exactly. And like that
yeah.
shapes the stuff you pump out, right? So the
Hmm.
stuff you intake shapes the stuff you output, right?
Hmm.
Which is really cool. And like it's important that you like um it's important to me that at least I um like really focus on like knowing like what's important to like intake and like what's important for me to like really work on. I don't want to waste too much time like fiddling around with everything. I'm trying to
Hmm.
like, I really want to like shape my basics and like my core of like, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
this is how I edit. I want to find my style, right?
yeah.
I want to find
Yeah,
my
for
style.
sure. Yeah.
Um and like I want to find the way I work on these things, and then I want to pump out my content and do things that sort of way.
Yeah, I mean it's a style. Like I think there's like a common misconception in just artistry is like you shouldn't reference, you shouldn't copy,
Yeah.
right? And this doesn't really it doesn't really affect or like it doesn't really just matter for art. It could be for anything else. It could be for
Hmm.
music. It could be for, drawing, painting, regardless, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like if you don't, until you don't reference, until you don't at least like not copy, but try to replicate somebody else's art, it gives you your own style because when you look at it like a say a landscape, right? You're looking
Yeah.
at mountains or whatever, right? It's not going to be a one-to-one replica.
Hmm.
There are things you're going to do differently, and it's your job as the curator, as the artist or whatever, to like tell the audience that yeah, this is what that is. This is a mountain, this is a tree, this is the sky.
Yeah.
And that could you could do that whichever way you want to, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with like with what you said, like that editing and stuff, right? Um, because there's different editing styles, there's different types of yeah, it's just different type of ways to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh,
All
yeah.
the different programs to use.
Yeah,
Like,
that's another big thing. Yeah, programs.
yeah, I'm
Mhm.
figuring out like I mean so far, and I'm still editing on Filmora, but I want to switch to Premiere Pro soon to make it like a little like easier and hopefully to do more complex and like better edits. So like that's what I'm working on. And like I know you've been using Clip Studio for a while, but what did you use
Mhm.
before Clip Studio? Like did
So
you
before that was IBS Paint, which worked well until they added this stupid thing where you can only like draw an hour a day or something like that.
Oh, okay, I see.
So I stopped like using. Luckily, I switched before. Um, like I went to Clip Studio before IBS Paint. Right. Yes, sorry about
Oh, that's fine.
that. But I've been wanting to use or like I've been using Procreate as well.
Hmm.
Um, like they're both good. I think with the Clip Studio, it's a lot. It's very overwhelming. Like if you open up the studio itself, there's just so many tools
Yeah.
that it just gets overwhelming. And I think for a beginner, like the less tools you have, the more it kind of limits not your creativity, but your tool, like the toolkit that you have. And it forces you to use stuff within the program to make it, to make
So
yeah,
so
to create
essentially work with like what you've got, right?
with what you've got. And I feel like
Yeah.
that's a like a big thing. I know musicians do this a lot too. Was I think Mike Dean, he said there's like an interview where he said like when he was working with Kanye, Kanye made him use like like a specific set of synths or piano chords or something like that.
Yeah.
And he made him like on I think Devil in a New Dress, like he made him work within those like confines
Right. Right.
to like and it turned out great, right? So yeah, I
Yeah.
just
There was a set direction and he just took it and ran
yeah,
with
yeah.
it for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the I think that's how it is. And that's how like obviously you reference like, current material and like you reference the things people do, but you definitely want to take it and run with it on your own way, in your own way,
Hmm.
and find what you want to do with it. And I think that's the beautiful thing about artistry. And
Yeah.
like you keep spreading these branches of people doing their own thing, and then the next people reference you or like reference your stuff, and then they'll do their own thing, and it's like roots of a tree. They keep branching out, and by the end
Yeah.
you'll have some like really really beautiful diverse
Exactly.
stuff.
It's infectious almost. Like in art, I feel like it's like even for me, sometimes when I see people draw, like when I see my friends like drawing or whatever, it kind of motivates me too to like be like, yeah, okay, you know what? I should draw too. Like I should make art or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, I know exactly.
Um,
I really like one thing I noticed about this podcast, right? Like when we started making content is
mhm.
as soon as we started doing it, a lot of people like who listen to the podcast then like came up to me and like told me like it's really awesome that you're doing the podcast and it's inspiring me to like make my own content that I've been wanting to do
Oh,
for a
okay.
while, right? And it's
Hmm.
like that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I'm like we're doing this as like a side project and like as a
Hmm.
fun like way to just express ourselves, right? But like the fact that like other people are seeing that and realize like, oh yeah, I can do that too, and like that's something I could do.
That's
Like
awesome.
like
Yeah, that's
go
cool. That's
go
so
start a
cool.
YouTube channel, right? Go start a
Yeah,
vlog
yeah.
channel or
Hmm.
like start making like edits on like Instagram or like, YouTube and like do it by all means, right? Like express your creativity.
Yeah,
There's something out there that like that's for you that you're good at, right? And the world wants to see it. The world wants to see
exactly.
it
Yeah.
and, try your best to get it out there. And
No, I mean that's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah.
I know.
That's great,
It's one of
man.
my it's like one of my favorite things ever that's come out of this podcast.
Yeah.
And as we grow, I hope I hear like I hope we hear more stories like that.
Hmm.
And it's just awesome. And that's actually a good segue as well because the next thing I want to talk about was like what specifically inspires your artistry? Like what would you say inspires your artistry and things you do?
Okay, well, I think with artistry, it's not something you can really learn. Like for me, I think artistry is something you have to experience.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
to create it, you have to experience it, right?
Yeah.
So traveling is like I'm big on traveling, so I love like taking pictures of new places,
Mm.
of like new um like just new areas and stuff that I haven't seen.
Nature and
Um
stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah,
Environments.
and
Yeah.
also just like, watch like you said, watching and consuming content, watching different shows and different like movies and animations and whatnot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um that's a big inspiration as well.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, man, just like
Which shows? I know I talked about Invincible and like
mhm,
Spider-Man. Those are two shows that really like
yeah.
influence your art, right?
Mhm.
So like anything else that would you say like influenced your art
Um
or anything like that?
Ben 10 is huge too. Ben 10 for sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
Is
original series, the
hmm
original Ben 10 series, that was yeah, that's really solid. Really
mm.
solid character designs and stuff like that. So,
Is there anyone like who worked on those like shows in particular? Like,
um, not I don't I don't think so.
Yeah,
But
because you said like for Invincible there's multiple guys who drew it, right? There's like a
yeah,
first
yeah,
guy.
I was actually gonna about to get down to that.
Yeah,
Ryan Otley and Corey Walker, I think his name is, right?
yeah.
So Corey Walker was the original artist, and then Ryan Otley took over. Ryan Otley's art is awesome. It is so cool. It's so like dynamic, and
Mm,
like, the way he inks certain characters and like the backgrounds. That's the other thing. So it's not just like shows and stuff, but movies such as like and like Weathering with You and stuff like that. Obviously, when we went to go watch Princess Mononoke,
yeah,
um, the director for that movie and oh my God, Miyazaki.
yeah, yeah,
Um, so he's had a huge influence too, but his stuff is like more hand drawn, right? It's not like super computer generated and stuff, which I think is super awesome. It's really cool.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I it's like just different like content you consume, different stuff that you like. It kind of inspires you almost.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
I
mean?
know.
Like it
Yeah,
inspires you to make something, anything really.
it lights a spark in you. It really does
Yeah,
to like
yeah,
do whatever you want
basically.
to do.
Yeah, it's
And
it's
that,
very hard to describe because like once you kind of feel it, you're just like, oh wow,
like you
yeah,
feel it for sure. You
yeah,
feel it.
yeah.
Here- my moment, and the one I can like pull out specifically recent time was when I watched Pharrell's biography,
Oh yeah,
his
yeah,
Lego movie.
yeah.
Watching that genuinely changed my whole creative outlook on life.
Yeah.
It really did. Watching his story and watching like just how that movie like how it was made, how it was like how it flowed,
Hmm.
right? And like watching the elements that he chose to put into that movie and what he chose to talk about. Um and, like people have talked about like like Tyler the Creator when he won his Grammy,
Hmm.
he talked about how Pharrell was one of the biggest reasons he was there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And like I always knew, and like Pharrell has been like a really big force in hip hop and now in fashion. He's creative director of
yeah,
Louis Vuitton after
yeah,
the late Virgil. But Pharrell has always been a trailblazer, right? And after
yeah.
watching that movie, I realized like just what it is that makes him so influential.
Hmm.
His his views and his passion for the work he does is so infectious. Like I like the word you use, infectious, because
Hmm.
after watching it and like listening, oh my God, the music in that
Yeah,
movie
yeah.
was fantastic,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
The music in the movie was fantastic. I listened to a lot more Pharrell, especially after that. I've
Yeah,
also
yeah.
been listening to the Neptunes specifically,
Hmm.
his old duo. And after that movie, I actually no one actually knows this. Very little, like I think two people know this. I've actually started making beats. Um,
Okay, yeah.
yeah. I've been working on beats recently. It's a passion project, a project I've picked up, and it's just another way for me to, because I love music, right? I've always loved
Yeah, yeah.
music. I love hip hop. I love like, um, I love like I like country a lot. I like pop and like stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I've always been the guy who just like sits there and like taps his foot or like hums a melody just like because it's like stuck in my head.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I never really thought about making beats. And a lot of people are making beats nowadays, like on
Hmm.
like the internet and stuff like that. But after watching Pharrell's documentary, I realized like it's just like I tried it and I was like I really want to make some beats now. Like I really
Hmm.
want to delve into this whole music
Yeah.
thing. So then I started doing that. I started working on beats and like I'm really not like I'm not even close to being there yet. But like
No.
I got FL Studio. I've been working on FL Studio.
Hmm.
And like you said, it's a lot. Like when I first like every time even like now when I load it up, there's still like just so much that pops up on
Yeah,
your
it's
screen.
yeah. People take a while to reach that level, right? Everyone starts somewhere. I know it's like an old saying or whatever, but if you look too far ahead, you're just gonna be like, "Oh, I can't do this,"
Yeah,
right?
because it'll
But
look too difficult for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
but you got to start somewhere. Like you,
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, I jumped on FL Studio and like I watched a lot of YouTube videos like,
Mhm.
FL Studio for
Yeah,
beginners,
yeah.
like how to like work each individual part of it. And then I figured that out. And I'm still figuring it out. and now I'm working on it. Like I'm making some beats,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like I'm like exploring my own creativity that in that way. So like nowadays, whenever I get like, I'm just chilling and I get like this idea for like a melody or like a beat pattern, I'll like jot it down or something like, okay, do this, 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 and I'll come back later, and I'll like open up FL Studio and I'll start working on that. And
Mm-hmm.
like I don't have any finished projects yet. I just have like a bunch of like random stuff I threw together,
Hmm.
like a random projects.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I really want to make a finished project, and so like I'll do that eventually. But that is one of the newer ways that I have decided to express my artistry.
Mm.
And
Okay. Yeah, that's really cool.
I definitely credit
Pharrell.
Pharrell Williams for that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um,
Another type of art that I guess people don't really talk about is mixed martial arts, which is,
mm,
if you think
sport.
about it, it's yeah, it's a sport, but I mean it's in the name, right? It's in the
Yeah,
name. Yeah.
yeah. It's in the
Um,
game.
yeah.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Um, we mentioned him before, but Yusuf also is a drawer, like a drawing artist, but also boxes. Like he goes to boxing and whatever, right?
Yeah.
So he does two types of different like hobbies or whatever it might be.
Yep.
Um and it really is like an art in itself, right? Like especially like if I go to YouTube or whatever, right? Like there's breakdowns of what people do
Mm-hmm.
and like how they fight, and it's like a chess move. And I think
Mm.
that's really cool too. Like you're like not making art, but it's like a type of art. Like fighting is an art in itself,
Yep.
is what
Yep.
I'm trying to say, right? Yeah,
For
it's
sure.
like yeah, it's kind of hard to describe it, but yeah, I think that's definitely an underrated thing and definitely something I want to try too. Um,
You want to get into like MMA and stuff like
yeah,
that?
I mean I've wrestled before, but I don't think that will translate at all.
Okay.
Like I've done very little wrestling. But another thing I used to do, I don't do it as much anymore, but is animating. Um, because I remember I did it in high school,
Yeah.
right? But it was very like little. It was a very small amount of animation. And honestly, it's just because it's scary. Animation is scary. It low-key scares me.
Animation is scary.
Yeah, dude,
Why is that?
it's like here's the thing, right? As an artist, what I draw is single panels. They are like one frame is basically what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
It's a one frame, right? Animate that is so like I feel like jarring. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And sometimes it doesn't work out either. Like sometimes you try animating and it just doesn't look how you want it to look,
Okay.
right? Like for me, what I wanted with animation, I was very impatient. So I was just like, oh, I'm gonna hop on freaking flip a clip or whatever, right? And
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make a masterpiece right away. Because I'm an
Yeah.
artist, right? Obviously I could do it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's a different type of beast, bro. Like it
Hmm.
has to be fluid. It doesn't only have to look good, it has to be fluid.
I see. I see.
Yeah, and there's a lot
Yeah.
of moving parts. And this is why I never shit on any type of animation shows or anything. I know people do it to Invincible all the time, but I can't, bro. Like it's difficult. Animation is difficult. So,
Yeah. You know the level of work that goes behind
yeah.
it for
Especially
sure.
like look at Spider-Verse. How
Yeah.
did they do that?
That's
You know?
crazy. No. Yeah. And they've been doing it for years, right? And they're
Yeah.
busy with it.
Hmm.
And like that's why like obviously it sucks that like the third Spider-Verse movie has been like really delayed. But hey man, if it looks like as good as the other two have, like I'll take it. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be the third movie. I think it's gonna be the final movie. It's gonna go out with a bang, right? We
Hmm.
want it to go out with a bang. I have no problem waiting. Like it's already been years, but like I have no problem waiting a little
Yeah, I
longer.
mean, I'm not like
For
thirsting for it or anything, but
like,
yeah, it's
but what I do know, like
yeah.
I don't need it right away. But what I do need is that when it does come out, I need it to be like masterful, right?
Hmm.
I need it to be like a really like like life-changing experience as it's been hyped up to be, right?
Hmm.
It's got a lot to live
Yeah,
up
it's
to
got a
first
dude, it probably has like the most hype of any superhero movie
ever.
ever, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, genuinely. Like and like um a lot of work that goes into that. Like you
Hmm.
hear about like the whole things that's been happening with like the studios and like
Hmm.
the animators like strike or whatever
Shameik
and the
Moore.
and the actors. getting freaky, okay, like freaky actors, bro, like, um, but nah, hopefully it all works out, and that is definitely a piece of artistry that I want to see done really, really, really well. I have
Yeah,
very high
yeah.
expectations for that movie. And one last thing I want to talk about was, and like you might not necessarily know what one answer for this, but like, do you have any idea of how you want to grow your artistry? Like any like plans for
Ooh,
the future or anything like that?
that's a really good question. That's a
Like
really
your
good question.
even like any aspiration or anything like that? Like
Hmm.
what you want to strive for?
Well, they do say dream big,
Yeah,
right?
of course. Yeah.
Um, well, first, I have a lot of like ideas stored up for like comics and stuff, right? Like that. And what I usually do, I have a box of like papers that is just like random ideas and stuff. It's just in there. Like,
Yeah.
so every time I'm having like an art block or anything, I like pull out that box and I just like select a random paper in it or like a random prompt or whatever.
Mm.
Um, but I think for the future, first of all, I think I definitely want to finish Misfits, like the comic series, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully grow that into like, I know this might be far-fetched, but grow that into like an animated series, right? I think that would be
Ooh,
super cool.
that'd be amazing. That'd be
Yeah,
incredible.
that would be amazing. Yeah, that would be cool. And I want to dip my toes a little bit more into like 3D animation, 3D like not animation, but like using 3D in my artwork. 3D
Okay.
elements in my artwork. I've
Yeah.
tried it a little bit before.
Yeah.
I like if like the wallpaper I have right now is like I use the 3D thing for it, right? Like
Okay.
I made a 3D model on I forgot the website and I imported it into Clip Studio and it worked out really well, right?
Wow.
But it
Nice.
took a while. Yeah, it took a
Yeah.
while to make. Um, so yeah, I think that would be pretty nice. Hopefully like start selling my artwork too. I think if I can make a living off of this, not a living, but like a
Side hustle.
certain another income. Yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
that would be cool. Even if I don't, I mean that's fine too. This is just more like I draw just for like fun. I'm not
Yeah.
super serious about it, but
Yeah.
like yeah, I mean during the summer I will be. I think during the summers this is definitely something I'm gonna take a bit more seriously.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
for
But yeah,
sure.
what about you though? What about you? What do you
All
think?
right.
What plans do you have?
So, I'll start with the beats thing. So the beats thing
Hmm.
is like a super, just like a very side gig. I don't touch it very often.
Hmm.
Like only when I have like a lot of free time. I'm like, oh, or I have like an idea that's stuck in my head, like for a beat. Then I'll boot it up and like I'll do some work. It's just like because I'm not so very good at it yet. It's a very inefficient
Hmm.
a very inefficient process.
Way.
So like
Yeah.
I get in there and like I don't get much done for the time I put in, but that's not a big deal, right? Like again, I'm taking it at my own pace and I'm really doing it for myself. I just want to express my thoughts and my creativity like through like music and like through beats. And that's just for me. Like I have no intention of maybe like if I have some finished work, maybe I'll post it or whatever, and like like maybe like let people listen to it or whatever. But like
Hmm.
I have no intention of actually like doing anything with that. Um, again, it's just like an outlet for me to like express myself. But so what I do like really want to grow is this podcast. I really want to grow this podcast exponentially. I really want to see success with it. And like not necessarily like monetarily. Like it'd be cool if we got this podcast monetized and like stuff like that, but that's not really what I care about.
Yeah, yeah.
I care about um just having our voice like and like the things we talk about being heard by people, and I want
Hmm.
to connect. I want to connect with people like who care and like who want to talk about the same stuff as us.
Yeah.
I want people to find our content relatable. I want people to like like listen to us, and like I want people to like be like happy when we drop and be like, oh yeah, a new episode of Side to Side B. Like I wonder what's gonna talk about this week. Hopefully like it's something like
That you
that'll
can
be
relate to,
fun
that
and
you
like that you can
know.
relate to.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Because my favorite part of like podcasts and podcasting is like when I'm listening to a podcast, I like the chill podcasts that are just talking about um like they're just talking and like having fun, and it's like listening in on a conversation, right? It's like,
Hmm.
and I love and this is a thing that happens, but like some podcasts are like so good at that where it feels like you're in the conversation itself, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you'll end up talking to yourself maybe while they're talking, but like you can relate so well, it's like you're in the conversation. You have something to say,
Hmm.
right? And that's why I tell people like if that happens, like leave a comment. That's why I tell people to like, interact with us, leave a comment in like the comment box, whether it's on Spotify, YouTube,
Hmm.
whatever.
Yeah.
And like on Instagram, like hit us up, tell us how you feel. Tell us what you enjoyed, what you didn't like, what you want to see from it. I want engagement. I want engagement more than anything for sure. I want I just want this podcast to be like something for the people, you know?
Hmm.
And I think if I can do that, if we can do that, I think that would be just like super duper cool.
Yeah.
This is like a really fun passion project for me. Content creation. I was also thinking I might start like a YouTube channel. I really want to do video content. Um, maybe like some gaming content. I play a lot of games and I spend a lot of time
Yeah.
playing games. So like, if I started like a gaming channel, I think that'd be pretty cool. Or anything really. I still have to find like what I want to do for that. But and like I have a friend who has a tech YouTube channel and he's doing pretty well. He's not doing bad at all. Like and he works really hard for that, I can tell. And like he's somehow managing to do that and still juggle like all the other stuff he does in his like daily life, which like that's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to run something like that for sure.
Yeah, I think multitasking and time management is really important when it comes to this, right? Like, because we
Yeah.
have different, oh shit, we have different stuff that we want to do, like different
Hmm.
things we want to try.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's so many things that are going on with our lives. It's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah. At least in
So
this moment. But I think
yeah,
this
yeah,
this is also the moment to really like find that we can do it and to
hmm,
strive for it, right?
yeah,
And
yeah,
then if we can carve out time for that, like for our passions and like moving forward, I think they can become like really, really like central part of our lives.
yeah. Look, hobbies and artistry, like it could be anything. Hobbies could be anything, but that's kind of what we live for, to be honest. Like, why do you go to work or school every day? Is like, what are you really trying to live for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not to get super philosophical, but like, what are you really trying to live for?
Yeah.
If, is it just like to wake up every day and do the same thing, or you want to go out there and enjoy your life a little bit more? Do you want to go out and try something that you like to do,
Yeah.
right?
Do what you want to do
Exactly.
and
You know,
express yourself.
I'm really lucky. I've been blessed with really like good parents, and they've always told me like just do whatever you want to do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
I see. Well, I hope you could take it to a point uh where like I think especially like yeah, these things like with our parents, like my parents don't fully understand like the whole like recording thing I do
hmm,
and they think it's cool. They do think it's cool like that I'm like recording and posting content online. They think it's cool that like they like their stuff that like they can like play something online and my voice will come out and stuff like that. They think that's pretty cool and whatnot. But obviously they're also like they wonder like why I spend so much time on it. Like what am I actually
yeah,
doing, right?
hmm,
And it's like I think and like being in the households we're in, if we can like really work this like creativity we have, and if we can make something out of it, and like prove our parents like this like what we're doing is like it's
yeah. This is
sick, bro.
important. Like we could actually do something with this, right?
With it exactly,
Yeah,
yeah. Like if we can prove that to our, I think like our parents is secondary, but if we can prove that to ourselves first,
ourselves. Yeah, yeah,
I think that'd be super cool. I think that
hmm,
I think that's what you live for.
yeah,
You live
yeah.
for
No,
it.
for sure. But it's also like just improving. Like small little improvements matter a lot
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Like, for me, when I started, because right, like I've transitioned from comic book artist, like a comic book artistry to like kind of more of that like realism style, background style,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And f when I started that, first of all, I was terrible at it, right? Because it's a completely different style,
Yeah.
and it took a while, right? But nowadays, I could probably boot up Clip Studio, right? And in 2 hours, I could get a really good piece out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's just like small little steps, small little improvements. Um, like the art that we post, the stuff that we post, people don't necessarily see the work
That
behind it.
goes behind it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like among the like gold that you have, among the like great stuff that you're putting out, there's always going to be stuff that isn't so good, that
Great.
isn't
Yeah.
so great. Yeah.
It's
And
up to
that's the same
par.
thing for me, right? Like there's so much art that I haven't posted. It's just because I just don't see it as like worthy enough to post it. Like
Hmm.
it's not as good enough like as the product that I wanted it to be. So
Yeah. It's not up to your standard
standards,
for the
yeah.
content you want to post. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I think that's fair. Like, I think yeah, artistry is a way for us to like set ourselves that standard.
Hmm.
You raise the bar, you
For
raise your own
yourself.
personal bar. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. By expressing yourself like creatively, if you can push yourself to like, and if you really care about what you're putting out,
Hmm.
you'll push yourself to put out the best you can do, right? And like this takes me to 2007 by Jid, right?
Hmm.
With
Yeah.
his dad and J. Cole are on that song. And like I really like the part where his dad says like whatever you do, give 100% or don't do it at all, right? And I think that translates really well into like, I mean, that translates into anything in life, but like
Yeah.
if you apply that like specifically to like creative things, right? Like things you care about, I think what'll come out of it will be like way better than you could ever imagine. I think it can be something absolutely beautiful. I think that's why some of the best artists like that there are, like, like our favorite artists like Jid,
Hmm.
Rocky, um, Tame Impala, right? I feel like, yeah, they you can tell by their work that they really try to put like, their 100%
100%.
whatever they're
Yeah.
doing, right? Because like maybe it's about like complexity or whatever, right? Or it's also about the time they take to put out projects, right? Like Jid, like in the last like album, the last album came out 2022. It's been like 3 years, but
Hmm.
like, and he's only dropped like a few like verses ever since then. But every single one he drops is so like it's so good,
It's
right?
good.
It's so
Yeah.
masterful. And like Rocky is the same. He drops rarely, but when he does drop, it's always like, oh damn, like Rocky
Yeah.
drop, you gotta
Another
tap in,
artist I
right?
want to bring up is Andre 3000, who I know isn't really like super active, but like those scientists and engineers,
Oh, his verse off Scientist Engineers,
scientists
yeah.
and engineers, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that was really good. And he
Really
barely
good.
drops, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And like and he dropped the Flute album,
Yeah, I
right?
mean, that's something he wanted to do, right?
Exactly.
He was like, I know people wanted a rap album, but he made a flute album.
Yeah. And then people loved it anyway. People
Yeah,
who
yeah,
cared for it, they actually like they loved it. I enjoyed
yeah.
his Flute album. I thought it was pretty sick,
Yeah, no,
you
it
know?
was great.
I
Yeah.
thought it was fun and like it's something that I think people will take creativity from and take
Hmm.
inspiration from for sure. And people like him, people like Pharrell, Pharrell, the whole thing with him is he did his like production, he did his like his way of making music his way, right? And he
Hmm.
always made sure he did it his way.
Yeah.
And it wasn't always up to par, right? Like he talks about having like a block, like like a writer's block
Yeah.
or like artist
Hmm.
block in his movie. And then he talked about how he overcame that. And that
Hmm.
was just through like, found what inspired him and just make sure he grinded to keep doing the
Yeah.
things he loved to do, right? Which is so
Hmm.
important. It's so important. You have to chase the artistry. You have to chase what you want to do for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but that's the other thing is like burning out as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to keep going. And I've done this so many times. Like this has happened to me so many times. And this is just art, like even studying, even like anything I'm doing. If you keep doing it for like too long, eventually you're gonna burn out,
Yeah.
right? And eventually you're gonna want to stop and the motivation to do something goes away.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, and then you kind of have to like find a way to get back, find a
Yeah.
way to like to restart the cycle.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think
And
that's
that's
very
why
important. Yeah, you need to
and
find your limit.
yeah, and I think to combat that, right? To combat having a block, it's important to explore. It's important
Mhm.
to
Yeah.
keep exploring, stay inspired, right? Stay inspired And that doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, keep chasing that. Like, and that means don't keep chasing that one thing, right? Like if you find that one thing that's like really cool or that you're really good at, like you yeah, work on it, right? Sharpen it, sharpen that skill, keep working what you're working, but don't stop exploring. Look other places, right? Always check out new things, try new things. Don't be afraid to like, get your hands dirty with a different type of project, with a different type of work, and just keep an open mind, and that'll keep your creativity flowing for
For
sure.
sure. Yeah,
It'll keep
for
your
sure.
creativity flowing
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. But hey, man, I think this has been one of my favorite episodes
Yeah,
we've
no, for
ever
sure.
recorded.
This is you came out with such great questions, such a great like topic
Thanks, bro.
to talk about. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, this is great.
I was just thinking like I was thinking about like the whole like I was thinking about things we've been doing recently
Hmm.
and like
Hmm.
our projects. And I was thinking just about like artistry and like, music and just like creativity in general. And I was like, we're both creatives.
Hmm.
We both have like a lot going on. Like why don't like let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about
Yeah, yeah.
like the things that are important to us. So, no, thank you for being engaged and like
Yeah,
super
no,
engaged in this conversation. It's
yeah,
been awesome.
thank you for talking because I really don't talk about like art with really anybody else. If I'm
Yeah.
being honest.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
this is like a thing that I kind of just keep to myself. So yeah, no, I really appreciate you coming up with these questions and you know, describing your process too. So I think that was super cool.
Thanks, bro.
Um,
Thanks.
yeah,
Thank you everyone so much for listening. This has been Ruhan and Girk on Side A Side B. Hope you enjoyed.
yeah,
Oh, my fault, my fault.
because we definitely did. We
Oh no,
definitely did for
we
this
enjoyed
episode.
it. We
Yeah,
enjoyed it very much. This has been Ruhan. It's been Ruhan and Girk on Side A.
side B.
Let's go. There we
There
go.
we
My
go. Yeah.
fault. We'll catch you all in the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye.
Nice. Oh, my mouse died. Shit. Hold on. I gotta.